202. Proper fuel for your body. There are so many diet plans and experts, it has created real confusion and a sense of distrust and skepticism for diets, books, and studies. So, how do you know who to believe or what to believe? Do you want to load up on protein or carbs? Red meat or fish? Whole grains or gluten free? Eggs or no eggs? We will show you a simple way to decide if food is good for you or not. You won't have to rely on a diet or meal plan to know how to eat. It's really simple and makes so much sense. Then, when you understand how the body really works and how food was designed to nourish it so that your body can heal itself, you will have a good laugh when the next diet comes out and so blatantly makes no sense. You'll have confidence that you know your stuff and potentially save money by not buying it. What you eat matters. Categories of nutrition. Protein. Protein is a life-supporting nutrient required by our bodies. We cannot live without protein. The body uses protein for cellular structure, blood, hormones, and biochemical reactions. Fat. Fats are used first for energy and are the preferred energy source of many of our organs, including liver, heart, and kidneys. They are vital fuel for many parts of our bodies. We use fat to produce hormones that control body functions. Fat is also vital to our immune system, hormone balance, and well-being. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are in foods such as grain, pasta, rice, beans, bread, cereal, sugar, vegetables, juice, and fruit. Basically, anything that is not meat, eggs, or cheese will contain carbohydrates. Vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals are coenzymes that work together in many vital functions throughout your body, including your brain. Protein. Protein is a life-supporting nutrient required by our bodies. We cannot live without protein. The body uses protein for cellular structure, blood, hormones, and biochemical reactions. Protein generates amino acids and enzymes that build and repair muscles and body tissue. The body burns a tremendous amount of calories while digesting protein. Despite many myths regarding protein, it's very difficult to eat too much. This is one of the most important nutrients your body needs, so make protein the basis of your meals. Protein from animals contains all 9 essential amino acids that the body requires. There is no vegetable source of protein that has all 9. If you are a vegetarian or vegan, pay special attention to your protein sources to make sure you are getting all of the essential amino acids. Our bodies use protein to produce collagen for healthy skin and bones, generate hemoglobin in the blood, generate antibodies in the blood, help keep blood pH balance, build cellular structure, produce hormones, produce enzymes, build muscle. Fat. Over the past few decades, fat has been labeled as bad. Decades ago, adulterated fats were discovered to be harmful, and unfortunately, when this information was published, there was no distinction between harmful fat and healthy fat. It was all labeled as bad. This misconception about fat has probably caused more damage to people's health than we will ever know. The reality is that unadulterated fat is a very important nutrient and is good for you. Fats are used first for energy and are the preferred energy source of many of our organs, including the liver, heart, and kidneys. They are vital fuel for many parts of our bodies. We use fat to produce hormones that control body functions. Fat is also vital to our immune system, hormone balance, and well-being. Did you know that 60% of your brain is fat? The coverings of our nerves are also made from fat. The retinas of our eyes require fat. In fact, half of every cell membrane is fat. Fat is used in many biochemical processes in the body. Natural anti-inflammatories are made from fat in the body, and some fats are natural oxygenators. Did you know dietary fat cannot be stored as body fat? Therefore, eating fat cannot make you fat. Body fat is only stored when we eat too many carbs. As you can see, with so many important functions depending on fat, it's no wonder our low-fat society is overweight and unhealthy. Good fat versus bad fat. Natural fats from plants and animals are good fats. Natural fats are any fats that are not processed or altered. Natural fats include animal fat and plant-based fats like those found in nuts and seeds. These fats can be monounsaturated, polyunsaturated, or saturated fats. Yes, that's right. Saturated fat is perfectly fine. No evidence has ever been found that it's bad for you. Saturated fats are actually the safest oils to cook in since they can take higher heats and won't break down. Bad fats are often referred to as trans fats and are found in processed vegetable and grain oil. These processed oils are used in many foods. You may have noticed the term hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated oil on food labels. This is a bad oil that should be avoided. Trans fats. Trans fats have been linked to skin cancer, heart disease, nerve problems, poor cellular structure, inhibited hormone production, reduced oxygen in cells, and fatigue. The medical journal Lancet predicted in 1956 that hydrogenation, the process that turns good oils into trans fats in modern food processing, would cause massive heart disease. Beware of products that claim to be low fat. They usually undergo even more processing and contain the trans fats you want to avoid. The low fat craze has compounded our health problems. We've been told to avoid fat and choose low fat products that are loaded with processed trans fats. You're missing out on vital nutrition from natural fat and replacing it with dangerous trans fat. Healthy fats. Fats in meat and cheese. Cold pressed oils. Olive, peanut, and coconut oils. Seeds and nuts. Butter. Any fat not processed or altered. Bad fats. Margarine. Hydrogenated oils. Shortening. Oils in most low fat products. Fractionated oils. Any oil that has been altered. Essential fats. There is another type of fat called an essential fatty acid or EFA. These fats are what they say they are, essential. EFAs cannot be produced by the body and must come from food. By limiting fats, we are also limiting life-supporting EFAs. Deficiencies in EFAs have been associated with cholesterol imbalance, weaker immune systems, fatigue, heart problems, decreased eyesight, brain degeneration, depression, and poor hormone balance. EFAs are very important nutrients that help us stay energetic and lean for life, eliminate food cravings, strengthen our immune systems, keep our hearts healthy, lower blood pressure, improve our cholesterol, balance our hormones, bring oxygen to cells, keep our eyes healthy, enjoy healthier skin, hair, and fingernails. Unfortunately, these oils are often removed from foods to prolong shelf life. They are also lacking in meats due to improper animal nutrition. This is a good nutrient to consider supplementing because it's so important to make sure you are getting these fats. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are in foods such as grain, pasta, rice, beans, bread, cereal, sugar, vegetables, juice, and fruit. Basically, anything that is not meat, eggs, or cheese will contain carbohydrates. There are two types of carbohydrates, simple and complex. The main difference between the two is that complex carbs convert into glucose at a slightly slower rate. It's important to understand that it doesn't matter if a carb is simple or complex. All carbohydrates are converted into glucose. Whether you eat a piece of fruit or a candy bar, the carbs they contain will be converted to glucose, sugar. We have been taught that carbohydrates are essential nutrients for energy and maintaining good health. This is mind-blowing. The very nutrient that is not essential to humans has been the basis of the low-fat diet recommended to us for decades. Carbohydrate equals sugar. Do you need carbs for energy? We can get energy from carbohydrates, but it is not the best or most efficient source. The energy we do get is quickly used and then replaced by a low or tired feeling. Here's why. Carbs are converted into glucose, sugar, very quickly, giving us a quick energy boost, but they also raise blood sugar. Insulin is a hormone often referred to as the fat storage hormone, and the body uses it to regulate blood sugar levels. When our blood sugar levels increase, we produce insulin, and a chemical reaction converts the sugar in the blood into less harmful substances, which ultimately gets stored as fat. This rapid reduction of sugar in the blood creates a low or fatigued feeling. Since carbs are digested very quickly, they do not satisfy your hunger for very long. Then, when you eat more carbs, all this happens again and the cycle repeats. If you're tired and eat and crave all day, now you know why. Energy from protein and natural fats doesn't cause the insulin response and provides a consistent energy source without highs and lows. Processed carbohydrates. Many carbohydrate-based foods available today are processed. The processing removes healthy oils for a longer shelf life. Healthy oils are what satisfy the appetite. Processed carbs are not only lacking these essential nutrients, they don't fulfill your appetite either, causing you to keep eating. Overloading on processed carbs can damage our bodies from the high insulin levels that are produced after eating them. Diets high in processed carbohydrates have been known to increase body fat and cause weight gain, increase blood sugar and insulin levels, stimulate production of cholesterol, cause inflammation, elevate blood pressure, raise triglycerides, affect hormone balance, lead to insulin resistance, which can increase risk for diabetes, cause heartburn and acid reflux, cause headaches, and many of these factors increase risk of heart disease. By cutting down on carbs, you will put less stress on your pancreas, which will produce less insulin and reduce the risk of diabetes and heart disease. Stop counting already! One of the most common ways people watch their diet is by counting calories. A calorie is simply a measure of energy in food, similar to an inch for length or degrees for temperature. The problem with counting calories is that our bodies don't always burn everything that's put into them. Some food is not used and passes through. Also, the content of what you're eating is far more important. If you were eating 100 calories from a candy bar versus 100 calories from a steak, the effect on your body is completely different. One causes damage, the other builds and repairs your body. Counting calories is simply irrelevant given how the body works. If you choose good whole foods, there is no need to count calories, fat, or carbs. Your body will be getting just what it needs. Food labeling. When reading a food label, there are a few things to watch out for. The most important thing to look at on a food label is found in the ingredient list. Check to see if the product contains hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated oil. Even if the product is labeled no trans fat, check the ingredient list for hydrogenated oils. If it does have hydrogenated oils, set it back on the shelf, step back, and walk away. That food is not your friend. Another thing to look for on the nutrition panel are total carbohydrates, specifically sugar. Look for foods with little or no sugar. Also, watch out for high fructose corn syrup and artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners include sucralose, saccharin, and aspartame. These are the generic names. You can search online for brand names, which we can't mention here. In short, look for products with fewer ingredients. Products that have lots of names you can't pronounce in the ingredient list are generally best to avoid. The Healthy for Life Plan. We have learned how foods are grown and raised, as well as which foods give our body the most nutrition. So let's put this together and make it easy to choose foods that will improve our health and support our body's natural ability to heal and be well. Whole foods such as meats, vegetables, and eggs should comprise the main portion of each meal. Side dishes or secondary ingredients would include fruits, nuts, and cheeses. Foods to consume sparingly or not at all would be processed, grain-based foods such as bread, pasta, chips, and cereal. The food pyramid has long been used to provide guidance on what foods to eat, but it's upside down. The Healthy for Life food pyramid shows what the proper balance of food in our diet should be. How does it differ from your current diet? In addition to eating good whole foods, we also recommend supplementing nutrients that are commonly missing from foods. This would include omega-6 and 3 oils and a few minerals. More on this in Lesson 301. We have a few sample meal plans online to help you get started. www.healthyforlifeu.com. Preview the next lesson. In the next lesson, 203, The Food Disease, we will look at the foods America has been consuming for the past few decades and see if it's possible that some of our most common health problems such as obesity, blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, and food allergies could be caused by them. Some interesting questions we will answer in the next lesson are: has food caused the major diseases in our country? Can good food really reverse or prevent disease? How do you lose weight for good?